Shri Shri Guru Gaurachandra Ji Ki Jai. Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru Gaurachandra Ji Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ji Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Astatara Sata Shri Śrīman Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswāmī Mahārāj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Astatara Sata Shri Śrīman Śrīla Bhakti Sridhar Dev-Goswāmī Mahārāj Ki Jai. Jai. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mission morning class. Dandavad. Jai Shri Radhastami Mahamahotsav Ki Jai. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Parakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitangstam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangscha Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunvitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. And this prayer from Śrīla Raghunath Das Goswami. Nāma Śreṣṭham manamapi sachiputram atrasvarupam Rupam tasya garajam urupurim maturim gostavatim Radha kundam girivaram aho Rādhikā madhavasyam Prapto yasya patita kripaya Shri Gurung tang natosmi Tapta kanchana gorange radhe brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute devi pranamami hari priye. Hey Krishna karuna sindhu dinabandhu jagapate Gopesha gopika kanta radha kanta namostute. Namo Mahābhāranyāya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Trishe Namaha. Haribo. So, this Nāma Śreṣṭham manamapi sachiputram atra swarupam. This is glorifying Shri Gurudev and how everything has come from him. The name Sachiputra, and then so on and so on and so on, and then Radha Kundam Girivaramaho Radhika Madhavasya Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurung Tang Natosmi. All these things have come by the grace of Shri Gurudev. And so we're always remembering that. And Śrīla Gurudev was emphasizing this in one of the talks on Radhastami about this, because how we are perceiving the divine plane, everything is coming in the form of Shri Gurudev. First of all, Yasya Sakshadharitvana Samasta Shastra Uktastatap Avyata Eva Sadbi Kintu Pravorya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. So, we're always remembering this because we sing this song every day. And Śrīla Saraswati Thakur was saying we see Guru as non-different from Krishna. That Krishna has come to meet the conditioned soul. And that meeting place, you could say, is Gurudev. But looking a little higher, we will see that he's non-different from Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. And she is the whole field of devotion to Krishna. Oh, I want to read something that I wrote down. This is really, really sweet. Everywhere is glorifying Radharani, but her name is never taken. Her name is never taken in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. In front of the great, great sages, the big long beards, Gurudev used to say, the long, long beards, Sukadev Goswami, everything, the whole of the serving world is her world. But her name was never taken. And Guru Maharaj said, she is the only reservoir where Krishna is playing, tasting full ecstasy in Madhura Ras. And Madhura Ras is containing all the other rasas. It is the Mool Ras. It is the origin of everything. And just as Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī she is the origin of all service, the whole service world is her own. And so also Radha Kund is also equally dear to Krishna, as we know. So Gurudev was saying, if Krishna is angry with you, then Gurudev can save you, meaning Radharani can save you. But if Gurudev is angry with you, then Krishna can't save you. So this, in glorifying this day, we are really glorifying Gurudev. We're glorifying our Guru. And Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, he was saying we are not qualified. We're not qualified to take the name of Radharani, or to talk about the form of Radharani, or the very dear pastimes. But actually, we are unqualified to describe all these things. But one thing we can do, and that is we can offer our full worship to the direction where Radharani played as a child, and that is Barshanadam. That direction, every day, we can bow down to that general direction of Barshana Adam. And actually, Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, Gurudev was saying, did not appear in Barshana. She appeared in Yavat. And we've been in Yavat. You've been there, right, in Vrindavan. It's very sweet. I don't know, I shouldn't say that, but you can't help but notice that it's quite a wonderful place. You can't really forget it once you've been there. But I remember going to Barshana once and thinking, I really shouldn't be here. I really felt not good about my presence in such a high place, and quickly we left. But we can offer our obeisances to the direction in which Barshanadam is existing. And Gurudev was also saying that if we worship Krishna alone, not including Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, then Krishna not giving much reciprocation. Maybe, he said, maybe 5% of his mercy. But who is worshipping Krishna with Radharani? He's getting everything. And so, Kintu Praborya Priya Evatasya. This is how we're worshipping Gurudev. Without Gurudev, and this is the whole, this is the the theme of the logo. Without Gurudev, there is no Krishna. It will be the Krishna of our imagination. So we're remembering all these things today and talking about these things. And I'm going to just read from chapter 12 of Affectionate Guidance. It is super sweet, and I think that it really covers the entire subject of Radharāṇī. The Swarup Shakti, of course, we're always hearing this, that Swarup Shakti is existence. It's the plane of reality from Sadashiva Loka up. From Sadashiva Loka on up, including Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, and all of these things that we've been learning in Upadeshamrita. All that is included in Swarup Shakti up to Radha Kunda. But the highest manifestation is Hladini Shakti. So today we're trying to offer some little service. Śrīla Gurudev has taken our little hand, bringing us forward, trying to give us some little service connection. So we're trying to do that. And of course we're singing some songs today, not like from Vidyapati or Chandidas or Jay Dhvani or any of those high songs, but we're singing some songs that we really don't sing very often. And there's a good reason for that. This is so pure and so high. So we're worshiping these things at the holy lotus foot dust of our Sri Gurudev. And we wouldn't want it any other way. It's not like, I'm really going to look forward to when that, and I can, really get up. But that's a complete misconception. Guru Maharaj was saying that Guru is eternal. One of the devotees from among Prabhupada's disciples in the early, in the late 70s, he was asking Guru Maharaj, what does that mean, that Guru is eternal? Does it mean that he has to take birth again and again until every one of us? And the Guru Maharaj said, no. No, Guru is eternal, meaning that Guru principle is eternal. He may come in many, many different forms to the soul who is trying to make progress in devotional life after life. But even in the divine plane, there's always Guru. Always. And who would not want that? There are all the leaders in the camp of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī that we were hearing about a little bit yesterday, especially Śrīmati Lalita Devi. She is the absolute leader. And in the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar is the absolute leader. Everything had to go through Swarup Damodar before it came to Mahaprabhu. So there is always Guru. We are going to be always serving under some divine personality. We're praying for that. Janame Janame Moreya Bilas. We're praying that we will always have the service of those great souls who are completely surrendered and devoted to the 6 Goswamis. So all of these things have to be adjusted properly in our consciousness. Guru Maharaj is saying, and we're trying to do that as best we can. Always at the feet of Gurudev, always. And we never would aspire. In fact, Guru Maharaj said the whole environment is to be seen with a reverential mood. The entire environment we can see as Guru. And that is really a lovely thing for us. A most lovely thing for us. So according to the position of Guru, one will come to a position in divinity. And we are so fortunate to be in this line of Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga. Any questions about that? So I'm going to read from chapter 12. This is really so lovely, this chapter, and beautiful expressions by Śrīla Gurudev. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gnanjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyasya Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahābhāranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tvishe Namaha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Today is Sri Radhastami, the appearance day of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. In the scriptures, especially in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is much glorification of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Oh, I have to put my glasses on. Hladinira Shara Prema Prema Shara Bhava Bhavera Parama Kashta Nama Mahābhāva Mahābhāva Swarupa Shri Radha Thakurani Sarvaguna Kani Krishna Kanta Shiromani. The essence of ecstasy is love. Ecstasy means love. And the essence of love is the heart. Without the heart, there is no question of love. And the acme of heart is called Mahābhāva. And the personality of Mahābhāva is our queen, Shri Radha Thakurani. She is the mine of all good, the jewel of Krishna's beloveds. So, in another talk, Śrīla Gurudev was saying that, first of all, we understand from Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchirananda Vigraha Anadi Radya Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. We have to understand first who Krishna is. pure Vishuddha Sattva, everything wonderful, high, so the essence of mercy, charm, beauty, sweetness. And then we can begin to understand something about Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. First we have to get a very good acquaintance with who is Krishna and all the different avatars of Krishna, expansions of Krishna, and who, all these. And then Venum Kvanantamaravinda Dalai and Chantamani Prakara Sadmasu Kalpavriksha Lakshaviteshu Shurabhira Vipalyantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam. Oh, this Ishvara Parama Krishna is being served with so much affection by hundreds and millions of gopis. That is astonishing. And then, who is the supreme of those? And how high are they? And what kind of heart do they have? Gradation is very, very important. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Hladini Shakti Rasmad Ekatmana Vapi Bhuvi Pura Deha Bedam Tau Tau Chaitanyakya Prakatam Adunata Dvayam Chaikyam Maptam Radha Bhava Juti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. Although the divine form of Radha and Krishna is one, sometimes for the pastimes of love, the power and the powerful play together as two. There we will see the Hladini Shakti playing with Krishna in full love, beauty, charm, and affection. That is the form of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Pranaya Vikritir, where love herself is taking form and playing with the powerful. That is Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Srila Swarup Damodar Prabhu has explained that Krishna's power is classified in 3 manifestations. First is Chit Shakti, or the transcendental potency. The second is Jad Shakti, the mundane potency. And the third is where the first 2 come very close to each other, and that is called Tatastha Shakti. First is light, second is shadow, and the third is the position midway between the 2. That is called Tatastha. And from that third plane, the innumerable jiva souls are manifested. Krishna the powerful, with these 3 powers in fullness, is playing in the Paravyoma Dham. There, unlimited manifestations of the Lord are living, all within the infinite plane. Nothing is finite. And in Vrindavan, where Krishna's play is overflowing with love and affection, everything is for the satisfaction of the powerful. There, love has 5 kinds of manifestations. Shanta, then Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhura. And Madhura is of 2 types. Consorthood, Sakya, and Paramor, Parakya. Where we see the supreme manifestation of Madhura Rasa, there we see the manifestation of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. She is Hladini Shakti, and Hladini Shakti is further explained in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Any questions? Krishna ke ahlade tate nama hladini, se shakti dvare shuka asvade apani. That power which is always supplying service for the satisfaction of Krishna, and through which comes full happiness, full joy, and full ecstasy, that is called by the name Hladini. In that realm, everything is eternal, and we cannot properly conceive that within our mundane intelligence. Therefore, Srimad Mahaprabhu has said that it is achintya. It is not conceivable by us at this point, at this stage where we are still covered by degrees of, I'm saying still, as in a hopeful mood, covered by so much mundane consciousness. We have seen in the garden of one lady a tree with 3 different types of fruit growing from it. Apricot, pear, and plum all growing on the same tree. I often use the example that if I ask a banana tree to please give me 1 mango, it will not be able to do this in this world. But the Kalpavriksha trees can give anything. Anything desired by the devotee for the service of Krishna, the Kalpavriksha trees are so happy to supply that. But Gurudev was saying, I used to say this, and then I saw there was a tree that had 3 different kinds of fruit on it. But after seeing that tree, actually 2 or 3 trees were there like that. I can say that it is possible, but still unbelievable. So if in this mundane world it is possible, then why not in the transcendental world? So kalpavriksha likshavrite, here we go. Chintamani prakara sadmastu kalpavriksha likshavriteshu surabhi rabhipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shatasam brahma sevyamanam govindamari purusham tamaham bhajami. Surrounded by millions of wish-fulfilling trees, in abodes made of multitudes of wish-yielding gems, he who tends the ever-yielding cows, and who is perpetually served with great affection by hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis, or Gopis, the primeval Lord Govinda do I worship. The explanation of Goloka Dham given in Sri Brahma Samhita is inconceivable from this plane. But It exists eternally. And there all play is going on by the power of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. She is always trying to satisfy Krishna in so many ways. Her form is most beautiful, and Krishna is also so nice and beautiful. And when they are playing together, the whole of the transcendental universe also plays through that mood of their love in different kinds of degrees. Here is the shadow universe where Jad Shakti is the power, and that power is also eternal. Still, in the shadow, we cannot clearly see everything. The shadow of my hand will not show the color of my hand, and many other things are unmanifest in the shadow. That Jad Shakti can also be divided into three: gross matter, subtle matter, or the mental plane, and the ego, or ahankar. You know what ahankar means? It means I'm the doer.
Yes, exactly.
These three cover the jiva soul. So we are unable to perceive our real self. We can't see who we are. What to speak? What to speak of the higher plane. Where the play of the power and the powerful is always manifest, that is called Vaikuntha Loka. And their unlimited manifestations of the Lord are playing eternally. And where that play is supreme, where the principal manifestation of the power and the powerful is to be found, that place is called Goloka Vrindavan. There the powerful is known by many names: Krishna, Nandanandana, Jashodanandan, Nandanandan, Shyamasundar, Govinda, and many more. And the power is manifest fully as Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. And she also appears in many divine forms: the Sakis, the Manjaris, and others for the service of Krishna. So all service is a manifestation. Sri Chaitanya of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī in Madhura Rasa. And of course the whole serving ground in one way. But there's also some other gradation there, or we won't. Krishnera yate kakela sarvotamanara Līlā Nara Vaputahara Swarupa Gopavesha Venuka Navakishora Natavar Nara Līlā Rahaya Anurupa. That's from the Madhya Līlā. The most supreme form of Godhead is Krishna, who plays in his eternal divine pastimes just like a human being, an ever youthful cowherd boy in Vrindavan. The Krishna doesn't get old. He is Navayovana. Krishna had so many in Dwarka, so many children. It's described that there are like thousands and thousands of teachers just for Krishna's children and grandchildren. But he's still youthful. So these are all divine pastimes. They're not under the control of Kala. He enacts his pastimes, always playing his flute and dancing expertly. So, of course, this is not describing Dwarka, but even in Dwarka. The devotees here in this world, those who have received exclusive devotion through the mercy of the power, they can see the pastimes of Krishna, and they are distributing that to us through the scriptures, through themselves, and through their agents, the rishis and munis and sadhus. Sometimes Krishna himself, with his full paraphernalia and associates, reveals himself in this material world, and that is called Līlā. Līlā means that which looks like our own activities, but it is not exactly that. Similarly, it is similar, but in quality, in quantity, it is completely different, entirely different. So Ramadi Murti Shukalani Amena Tishtan Nāna Makaro Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhava Parama Pumanyo Govinda Mari Purushang Tamaham Bhajami. Many, many times it's saying that Krishna is an avatar in the scriptures. But this is not in this Dwapar Yuga. In this just now past Dwapar Yuga, that is Ramadi Murti Shuklani Nanavatar Akaro Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam. Krishna Swayam, Krishna himself coming in this last Dwapar Yuga. So not to become confused by that. Otherwise sometimes the Krishna and Balaram appear, they're the two hairs of Lord Brahma. And they appear. But this is not this Krishna. This is expansion of expansion of an expansion of an expansion. The devotees here in this world, those who have received astam vingsha chatur yuge dwaparera sheshe brajera sahite hai krishnera prakashe. When Krishna appeared in the Dwapar Yuga, the Yugavatar Krishna, who usually appears, and the original powerful Krishna manifested in this mundane world in a combined way, which we just heard on Janmashtami. In Dwarka, Mathura, and Vrindavan, Krishna manifested himself in different ways. They are all eternal and transcendental, but there is some difference. Are you catching that? Some difference. Krishna is not even... The original Krishna is found in the heart of Radharani. This is the form of Mahaprabhu. But becoming two, they are engaged in Līlā. But even when Krishna is with the other gopis, his form is not exactly that form. Yeah, I don't remember, but that is so. There is so much gradation according to relationship. They're all eternal and transcendental, but there is some difference. Acharya Śrīla Rūpa Goswāmī has explained this as Pūrṇa, Pūrṇatara, and Pūrṇatama. Pūrṇatama. So Pūrṇatara and Pūrṇatama. Perfect, more perfect, and most perfect, respectively. Those pastimes begin with the Janma Līlā, the appearance of Lord Krishna. Krishna says in Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam, evam yo veti tatvatha, tyaktva deham punar janma, naite mameti sarjuna. Those who can really properly understand Veti Tattvata, my birth and activities, they will never again be subject to the cycle of birth and death. So who can really understand that? So, Śrīla Gurudev was saying how in the pastimes of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, he's saying maybe Chandidas is giving these pastimes or this, how Vrishabhanu Raj, he is the king of the cowherds in a certain area of Barshana area, and Nanda Maharaj in Goloka, and they're all in Nandagram, and those two kings of the cowherds were very, very intimate friends. And their wives, Jashoda Mai and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, they were also very, very close friends. And once Vrishabhanuraj was going into the Jamuna, and one very beautiful lotus flower floated to him, and he saw in this lotus flower a very beautiful golden baby girl. And so he took this baby and brought her to Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. And that is Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī's birth story. And of course we've heard also so many times about the birth of Krishna. But this is not birth. In relation to this verse, we should understand, of course, and we do, we've been taught these things from the beginning. Even someone who's been in the temple for a month can understand these things to be eternal. These are eternal pastimes. They're all going on in a most wonderful way. There's not the question of birth, as we are forced to take birth in a very artificial form, artificial circumstance, experiencing the movements of time in the form of karma, and so on and so on. There's nothing like that. And also another story, which is very nice, is that when they brought this beautiful golden baby home, but she didn't open her eyes, like a little blind girl, Gurudev says. But of course, Yashodamai received the news that Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī now has this lovely baby girl, so she's going to visit her with Krishna, little Krishna. And Yashodamai is looking at the baby, and Krishna is trying to look at the baby too. And he's looking at her face, and as soon as Krishna's face was in front of her, she opened her eyes. And these are very, very charming pastimes. Of course, they are charming to us. How they really are, what quality is that? That is beyond our experience. Guru Maharaj saying, do not try to peer or try to think one is taking part in these pastimes in any way. Because they're so, he said, they're so now I'm forgetting the word, but they're so, in this case, certainly, yeah. But he's saying they're so heart-melting. Like they're so heart-melting. That's not the word, but another synonym for that. It is not to come in, to push in. Those things will come as they wish, or not. We are not even feeling that this is guaranteed in any way. We have no claim on it. But what we do have is the guarantee from our gurus. And we are approaching this also in a very desperate kind of prayerful mood, really. That we will be allowed to continue to practice Krishna consciousness in the mood of surrender. And that is more than we could wish for. And if somehow or other the upper plane is thinking, oh, this service can be given to this person, some kind of anything, on any level of perception or realization, anything, then that will come without our endeavor whatsoever. And so we're in this kind of mood, and happily. Who could want a better life? When the power herself, Śrīmatī Rādhikā, his birth and death are not the same as ours. They are like the rising and setting of the sun. Surya is rising and setting the path of our vision, But he is not born at sunrise and he does not die at sunset. Krishna's birth and death is something like that. When the power herself, Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, appears in this world, along with the powerful Sri Krishna, she is fully replete in all beauty, all charm, all love, all affection, and all harmony. And when their play is moving in Vrindavan, the whole atmosphere, the plants, the trees, and the earth, and everything is Pūrṇa. Perfect. Perfect also means full. It's completely full. Shriya Kanta Kanta Paramapurusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Ganamayi Toyam Amritam Kataganam Natyam Gamanam Api Vangshi Priyasaki Chiranandam Jyoti Paramapi Tarasvajamapi Cha Siyatrakti Rabdi Shravati Surabhi Vyascha Sumahan Nimeshardakyo Va Brajati Nahi Yatrapi Sammayaha Vaje Sveda Dvipam Tamahamiha Goloka Mitiyam Vidantaste Shantak Chitti Viralachara Katipaye. That place where the divine goddesses of fortune are the beloved. And Krishna, the supreme male, is the only lover. All the trees are divine wish-fulfilling trees. The soil is made of transcendental gems, and the water is nectar. Where every word is a song, every movement is dancing. The flute is the dearmost companion. Sunlight and moonlight are divine ecstasy. And all that be is divine and enjoyable. But this enjoyment is for Krishna. And then all the devotees are enjoying that he is happy at all times and going mad for providing that happiness. Where a great ocean of milk eternally flows from the udders of billions of Surabhi cows, and the divine time is eternally present, never suffering the estrangement of past and future for even a split second. That supreme transcendental abode of Svetadvip do I adore. Practically no one in this world knows that place, but for only a few pure devotees, and they know it as Goloka. So time, real time in its real form, even the past is in the present. Oh, we remember when Krishna was here, or Krishna was there. But that is all Līlā in the present moment. There is not actually that estrangement. Everything is now. And those persons who in this world, within the mental plane, are trying to come into the present moment, live in the moment, that is not possible. That is only possible in transcendence. So the kingdom of God without God is not possible. This is the explanation, but still they cannot conceive it entirely. So the Shastra is saying it is achintya. When you enter into that transcendental abode, then you will feel and understand. Before that, it will be astonishing for you. Oh, to hear about this. Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī appeared on this day 5,000 years ago, and she played with Krishna in Vrindavan, manifesting full paramour love with him. Śrīla Rūpa Goswāmī, knowing that our vision is not very deep, has written that although their play is like that of a man and woman, it is in fact completely different from this mundane nature. So we're on our guard because, well, the Sahajiya section, which we, of course, none of us has anything to do with, but they're thinking, all these emotions that I've already felt all my life, you know, just as a human being, are suddenly becoming spiritual just because I say so, or just because I think so. But this is not the case. We're not impatient for those divine emotions to come. First, there's so much cleansing of the heart. So many things have to change within us. So many levels of so many illusions that we have created for ourselves will be removed in the course of time. Some expression has been given in the scriptures because there's no other way to express it. Otherwise we would never hear or know anything about it. So some expression must be there. But what kind of love Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī has for Krishna, and what kind of love Krishna has for Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, let us hear this loud and clear. We cannot conceive of it. What to speak of taking part in it, or causing anything to happen on that plane. That is a reprehensible conception. Pidabhirnavakalakuta katuta garvasya nirvasano nisyandena buddhabshuddha madhurimahankara sankochana prema sundari nandanandana paro jagarti asyantare gyayante sputamasya vakra madhurastenaiva vikantaya. The nature of the love of Radha and Krishna is described in this verse. It is like the burning pain caused by a cobra's bite, which can cause unconsciousness within minutes. Such inconceivable pain coming through love. Similarly, the happiness coming through that love is like all ecstasy coming together, taking form and giving inconceivable joy in the heart. So again, without sound, we wouldn't have like even this vague notion of what this is. So we're hearing that, but knowing we're getting a vague notion. The nature of that love. Akaitava Krishna prema jaina Jammunada hema say prema nriloke nahoy jadi hai tara yoga nahaya tabe viyoga yoga hailik kehana ji. Who has that type of love for Krishna, he cannot be separated from that in any way at any time. And if somehow separation does occur, then he or she will surely die. They cannot be out of this consciousness. Anyone who has an actual touch of this cannot bear to be out of that plane of consciousness for a split second. He will lose his life. So who are they and who are we? Śrīla Rūpa Goswāmī has written, Dishi Dishi Ratai Antim Sancharene Lakshmi Vilashita Kurali Bi Kantari Tasya Kelam Hridaya Madhupa Malim Valavadi Shashuner Akila Gunagarbiram Radhikam Archayami. And Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur has given the following verse in praise of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Yasya kadapi vasannanchala kelanota danyati danya pavanena kritartamani yogindra durgamagatir madhusudanopi tasya namostu vrishabhanu vodishepi. The meaning is a very high matter to discuss in a public meeting. Our gurus have given very strong caution in this regard, and that is always checking our tongue. Actually, they are qualified. They're qualified, and when Śrīla Guru Maharaj and Śrīla Prabhupada were speaking together and doing kirtan together. And then one of our godbrothers asked Śrīla Prabhupada later, what were you discussing with Śrīla Maharaj? He said, you will faint. It doesn't mean you're going to be overcome with this ecstatic love and faint. It means your consciousness cannot come to that plane. You cannot. It is not possible for you. So they are very much qualified to speak. But to speak in front of others, including us, they are always checking. And that's why we have no entrance into certain books. The books that we have and that we are supposed to be reading, those books have been given to us. They are the books which have been published from our Māt. And Gurudev does not want us reading other books, and he said it very clearly. He said, you be chaste to your own zone. So Śrīla Guru Maharaj has written that Sukadev Goswami, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma all have given indication from afar. Shuka Shiva Brahmadi Samanitam. And that's from the Śrīmad Bhaktivinoda Viraha Dasikam by Guru Maharaj. But all are reluctant to take the name of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī publicly. And why is that? The reason is that they are fearful that we will mix that highest thing with sahajism, imitationism. And they're trying to protect us. Can you turn that? That's way too cool. A warning is given in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam itself. Vikriditam braja vadubiridam cha Vishnu. Damodar Prabhu?
Yeah.
Do you mind just turning on the one in the kitchen and for now? Because this turning on the cooler in the kitchen instead of this one just until the end of class?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll turn it off.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Prabhu. I'm just trying to recover. Anyhow, here we are. Śrīla Guru, okay. But all are reluctant to take the name of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī publicly. And why is that? And we should also be cautious about this. Because we are not actually discussing Radharani. We never do. Who discusses Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī? We've been given so much caution that we're never doing that. Only on certain days, and if we come to certain passages in the scriptures, then we will read them, but we're not trying to think that we're working on we're not this body, basically. And why is that? The reason is that they are fearful that we will mix that highest thing with sahajism, imitationism. And do the imitationists think that they're imitationists? No, they don't. But they're wrong. A warning is given in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam itself. Vikriditam braja vidubiridam cha Vishnu shadanvito nushrinuyad atavarayedya bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhyakamam hridrogamasva pahino chachire nadira. I'm very sorry that I did not say that very well. The meaning is that if you hear about the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis, then from your physical and subtle body, lust will be driven out, and you will become dhira, or liberated, with the mood of real devotion. But we are warned how to hear and the correct way to discuss these things.
And what is the correct way?
This is also given in this verse. It is just what we've been hearing.
Yes.
We mustn't in any way, shape, or form consider is a noon program, of course, fasting until noon, and 11:30 it will start, or somewhere around there. Hopefully 11:30. We're going to be try many things to be done. No, but really 11:30 is our target, and So this will be, it will be really a great honor if devotees would like to join with us online. Would you like to chant Hare Haraye, Prabhu?
Okay. I'm just going to turn that mic on. It's too loud.
But you don't have your tilak on, Prabhu? Go put some tilak on.
Okay.
There are tilak people around here. In the mood of devotion. Actually, Gurudev, I was sitting with him in SoCal once, and he looked at me, he said, when you're putting on your tilak, do it prayerfully. And I thought, yeah, I never do. I just, you know,
Thinking of
everything else.
While you're doing, you're like,
Right.
what am I doing?
Yeah, I said, I got laundry to do today, and I'm going to do this. Yeah. So he said that very pointedly. So I often forget, but I'm really trying now. We're actually worshiping the holy names of the Lord, and they are sanctifying our body in that way.
What is the page?
Hmm?
What is the page? Page number?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you know that.
64?
Krishnanda
But
Das.
it's different now than it used to be.
Oh, no, but you know this song. You just think you don't know it.
No, it's not 64. Okay, 66. Hariharaya Nāma Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
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 Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Rama Śrīmatī Śrīlekha
Gopala Govinda Rama Śrīmatī Śrīlekha Jai, 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 Jai. Jai Sapadikar Shri Guru Gaur Chandra Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswāmī Mahārāj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Śrīla Bhakti Raka Śrīla Dev-Goswāmī Mahārāj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Sannyasi Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Shamananda Srinivas Thakur Prabhu Ki Jai. Sadgoswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Śrīmad Mahaprabhu Ki
Jai.
Can I get a Jai from the kitchen? Jai! Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shuddha Bhakti Vigna Vinashai. Shri Nishingadev Ki Jai. Bhakti Prabhar Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Tadiya Sakamat Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Ki Jai. Kol Kartal Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Jai Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Jai Gurudev Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Jai Shri Radhāstami Mahamahotsav Ki Jai. Shri Kirtimai Ki Jai. Shri Vrishabhanu Raj Ki Jai. Shri Raval Dham Ki Jai. And Barshana Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Devi Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Ki Jai. All right.
We're very fortunate to have the association this morning of Bhima Krishna Prabhu, of Lavanya Didi, Shanta Didi, Sita Didi, and Rukmini Didi.
Oh, Rukmini.
Those were the devotees that commented.
Nice.
And then on YouTube, Q is present.